Hello Libra, and thank you so much for joining me for your May of 2022 Psychic Tarot reading. This is Vickie Verlie, and you can find me at vickieverlie.com. Don't be fooled by imposters. This is the reading for Libra sun sign, rising sign, or anybody who has a lot of prominent Virgo placements in your chart. If you're not sure about that, you can always sign up for my little course that I offer, and you can find that information below. The decks we're going to use today is the Rock and Roll Tarot deck 3rd edition, my own creation. Then we're going to lay over on top with the Hanson Roberts deck. And then finally we're going to pull your animal totem from the Beast Mistress Animal Oracle cards. If you're a level 2 Patreon subscriber, there's going to be some additional cards pulled from the Light Seer Tarot. So you can find out all that information below. Alright everybody, let's go over here and get our shuffle on for the first part of the reading. There is a lot going on. We are in eclipse season. Although you are not, let me pull out the chart real quick and just make a couple notes. Because the big thing, the big news this month, of course, is the eclipses. And the eclipses occurring in Scorpio and Taurus. Well, you are right next door here to Scorpio. You're a Libra. And often people who are born, wherever you're born at, say, so you're born Libra or you have Libra rising, often you will have planets in your neighboring sign. So you might have some planets in Virgo, and you might have some planets in Scorpio. So it's potentially, many of you Libras could be impacted absolutely directly if you have planets in Scorpio in your chart. The Libra energy, the Aries energy, excuse me. What am I talking about? Scorpio here, yeah. The other thing that's going on here is, the other thing with the Taurus energy too, you're both ruled by Venus. So how this is panning out, there's a new moon eclipse. It's actually technically on April 30th, but it's totally impacting the month of May. So we're going to have that Venus thing happening here, the new moon, your co-ruling planet, Venus, with Taurus. And then the second eclipse on the 16th, which potentially could eclipse something out of your life. It's the full moon lunar eclipse. That's going to be in your neighboring sign of Scorpio. The other thing, that's why I was bringing up the Libra. Everybody has an opposite sign, and your Libra Aries is another axis. So your opposite sign is Aries. So on the 10th of the month, Jupiter, which was in Pisces, is going to move into Aries. So you're directly in line with that. That's your opposite. For you Libra rising people, this could absolutely have something to do with a partnership. Potentially a marriage partnership, but a business partnership. You know, it's going to be a little different for everybody. If you do want to get that reading, it is available where I look at your chart as far as, details into what the eclipses could be doing here. Okay, but let's get into your tarot reading for today. So this is for our Libra friends. Libra rising, Libra moon, Libra sun. What is coming up in the month of May? While you're looking at these cards, by the way, in all the decks, but particularly this one because it has writing on it, if there's anything that stands out to you, any words, colors, but look at that and acknowledge it, because that is how your spirit guides and angels can communicate to you directly, and you can actually get a personal message out of this, general reading for the collective. Okay, so the final outcome is the Ten of Swords. So, something might be eclipsed out of your life with the Ten of Swords. The good news is the 10 is as far as it goes, So if you've been in a situation that's really been, keeping you down, painful, hurting, different things, it's reached the limit. It's not going to go any further. You started out with the 3 of Swords and then you ended with the 10 of Swords. But don't be discouraged, because there's also a lot of other good cards in here. Like, look at these all together. Actually, all 4 of these. Many of you are going to have some kind of big relationship thing here going on. There could be some kind of big relationship, a new beginning with a lover. And I wouldn't be surprised about that, like I said, when the Jupiter goes in, which is the 10th of the month, when the Jupiter goes over there into your house of marriage and partnerships, it's highly likely that you could meet somebody. Now, Jupiter's not going to stay there forever. It's only going to be until the fall, a few months, and then it's going to go back into Pisces. But next year, it will be back in that sector. But you could totally meet somebody during this time frame. I think that was like that. 4 of Rods, you might be moving house or something like that, but 4 of Rods is also, really getting serious in relationships. Some would use this as a marriage card. I use it more of like you're going to maybe live together, or you're planning the marriage, or You know, even if you're not officially living together, you know, you're always spending time at each other's house like you might as well be living together. Let me zoom in just a hair so you can see this a little better, hopefully. Yeah, but this Three of Cups, this is a time to have happiness and celebration. So this is really, really good energy. You got to keep your spirits bright during this time, Libra. And you're good at that because you are ruled by Venus. You are, for the most part, most Libras are pretty lighthearted and happy. You know, I know not everybody's like that every time, and you know, there's a lot of factors that come involved. But it does look very favorable. It does seem to me that this would be the person that you might be partnering with or involved in a love relationship. Could be just somebody that you're working with, potentially, because you do have a couple of work and money cards. So there are things developing in that area too. But I do feel like, excuse me, let's get a drink here. I do feel like the predominant energy with all these cards is really the love thing here. Earth, this person could be, gender doesn't apply, so it could be anybody, but probably some earth sign energies at work here, okay? So we're either looking at an earth sign person, that could be a Taurus, a Capricorn, or Virgo, or we're looking at an earth sign time frame, and we are in the time frame and sign of Taurus until the 20th when we move over to Virgo, okay? So could be during those first few weeks of the month. But also, there's that eclipse energy, right? There's that eclipse energy right at the 30th of April, leading right into May. So, you know, this eclipse thing. Something absolutely could be eclipsed out of your life, you know, Libra. It looks like that. But there has to be this in order for the new beginning to fully blossom and fully come into full fruition. Feels like this new beginning, for many of you, has already even started, you know. So, I mean, a lot of scenarios out there. But know that an ending had to happen in order for the new beginning to begin, to, you know, blossom. This is a word I want to use, blossom, and unite. Okay, let me change this a little bit here so we can get the cards shuffling to the next part. So you, my dear friends, my dear Libras, you are air sign energy. So we're going to look for you in the spread. And the card that represents you is either going to be the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, or the King of Swords, whoever shows up first. So it doesn't matter gender, set gender aside for now, and we're just looking for the air sign person. And then when you fall out, we're going to look at the cards that are really surrounding you. If other cards that I don't address, I'm not going to address everything in this part. Look what fell out of the deck, Lovers. Look at that, Lovers, Lovers, bam. I'm not going to address every single card in this part of this reading, okay? But if something really stands out to you and you're drawn to it, then absolutely you need to take it into account. Some of you, it might be somebody from the past coming back. They're talking fire sign energy now. Looks like fire sign energy could bring in some money here. Now, that's that Jupiter in Aries for you. Look at this, 10 of Cups. You got all the love cards here. You got them all. You got Ace of Cups, Lovers, Lovers, 6 of Cups, 3 of Cups, 4 of Rods, 10 of Cups. So love is definitely on for you, Libra. I might have to write that as your title. Love is on. The love is on, or something like that. I don't know. I'll have to figure it out later. I just wanted to make a note of that before I forget. All right, we're looking for some air sign people. There you are. You're showing up as the king, which I love. I'll tell you why in a second here. Okay, so I love that you're showing up as the king, because when you show up as the king, this means it's not about gender. It's about progression in life. It's about where you are in life. And so this is the card that represents you. We're looking at the cards that surround you right here. It talks about you're not a page, you're not a knight, you're not a queen, you're the king. So you're further along on your evolutionary path. You're further along into coming into being of who you truly want to be. There definitely is this earth sign energy. Look at right by you. Well, it's showing up all over the place. But this is interesting, the way this falls out right here. Look at this. So we've got the King of Swords, you, and you see this person, you see him, and with that Ace of Cups in the past, you probably already, there's a little bit, maybe a little spark or attraction or something going on, or at least you think they're really cool, even as a friend or whatever it might be. But what stands between you? The Nine of Rods. The Nine of Rods stands between you, and he's looking over at this Queen of Pentacles defensively, like, yeah, this person's really cool, but, dun dun dun, the big but. And what's that? I They might have a big butt if that turns you on, but that's not what I meant to say. Like the big B-U-T, like butt. There's this. And look at the way this is sandwiched in. You know, you're sandwiched in by these painful cards. You're sandwiched in by your pain. Don't let the pain hold you back. I mean, you do need a healing time. That's true. We all do. If you've been through the ringer with some kind of relationship, you got 10 of swords here, 9 here, 3. You know, you've been through something, clearly, you know. But we all need that healing time. But we all need to get back into action again. I feel like the way this is panning out here, because we have the Queen of Pentacles, I feel like that's the love interest. Again, if you're into guys, then it would be a guy. It's not. Don't get hung up on the gender of it all. But he or she brings along the rest of the crew here, and it's all good. He or she has these. This person has these other people with them. Feels like family. Really, what I want to say is like, you know, you guys meet, and not only do you think they're great, but you like their whole family, you know. And if that's the case, many times that's the case, and that's because it's a group incarnation. You're all soulmates from another lifetime. When you marry into somebody's family, you get with somebody. You're not going to officially get married necessarily, but you know, when you commit to committed relationship with somebody, their family is all part of it too. It's all part of it too. The sun here. The sun is going to come out again, Libra. I know you've been through this stuff, but the sun is really coming out again. This could also be talking about that solar eclipse in Earth, in Taurus, right at the beginning of the month again. Well, actually, technically on the 30th of April, but, you know, rolling right into the month of May. So you can trust. It's okay to trust again. It's okay to love again. I know you've been through something, but there's a major love thing showing up. I'm going to put major love, because that may be... You know what I'm hearing? I'm going to put mighty love. I hear that song. It's a Todd Rundgren song. I've been listening to that album a lot lately, though, so it kind of is in my head. His a cappella album. I love that album. So many different styles of vocal arrangements. But it is a mighty love. Do, 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 do. I can't even think of any of it. Once there was a dun, dun, dun. Dun, 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 dun. Well, it's not really helping you, is it? At the end of the rainbow, there's no sign in the sky to follow, but that's the way love goes, baby. I hope I won't get flagged. I don't think I'm that close to it that they'll recognize it and flag me. I'm a little off. Okay. Oh, we're going to do the animal totem card. This is going to be for our Patreon people. But yeah, you might want to look up the lyrics to Mighty Love. It's a Todd Rundgren a cappella album. That's definitely, I'm hearing that. But I mean, again, I have been listening to that album lately, but it's coming through in the reading, so it has meaning for you. Let's see here now. What's the animal totem for our, I almost said Virgo friends. I got a feeling like for some of you, a lot of you, this is a Virgo. But anyways, we're looking for our Libra friends. What's this mighty love energy? What's coming up for you guys? A mighty, mighty, mighty love. Virgo, Libra, 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 Libra. I keep saying Virgo. I think this is one or some of these people here. Again, somebody's a Virgo. There's a Virgo in the mix here. The dolphin. Oh, dolphin is some really high vibe energy, man. Dolphins are multidimensional, high vibe creatures. Way more advanced than we are, honestly. They are. We just don't acknowledge it. Optimist, clairaudient, spirit guide, starseed, joyous interaction of fun and play, sexuality, yeah, caring for those less fortunate, embracing personal freedom, respecting others' choices. This is talking about that sexuality. It's on Libra. There's no way to deny it. I mean, it is on. It is showing up everywhere in your reading. You know, it's, you know, dare to love again. Maybe I'll put that. I think it's dare to love again. I think that's key, because the pain shows it too. You know, you've been through some. Maybe some of you even lost a spouse. You might be, you know, widowed. Dare to love again. I'm going to put that as your title. That's totally in there. Love again. If I can read it later. Okay. So this is the reading. Hey everybody, I want to thank everybody who does. I know that ordering readings. I am offering the eclipse reading. It is available. It'll be available to the end of May. If you want to see how that specifically hits in your chart, which it could be, again, like I explained in the beginning, because chances are you could have some personal planets in Scorpio. But it affects everybody, okay? And it's a look at all the transits. That's available. I got the new Psychic Soulmate reading, which is looking at past lives between you and another person. It doesn't have to be your love interest. It could be a child and best friend, anybody. Anybody that you're a soulmate with, I can get in there and look at that. It's pretty cool reading. People are liking it. And I'm so excited to announce that my album is out. I've been in rock bands and stuff for decades, and I've played in all kinds of different, mostly rock and some even metal bands and stuff, but you know, this is called Low Key for the reason that it's very low key, and also it's kind of a play on words because that's the low key on the piano. But it's low key, instrumental. It's meant to inspire creativity and upliftment. That's what it does for me when I listen back to it. I like to listen to it while I'm painting. I'm so excited to release the whole thing. I went on the advice of a lot of different platforms saying release these singles. This isn't really an album of singles. You know, it's an album like old school. Like it's an album. You're meant to listen to it like all the way through. But you could listen to specific songs. But just another thing that just doesn't cost any cash up front. You can add it to your playlist, put it in your favorite songs. All of that is, I appreciate all that kind of support in so many ways that you all do support me. Liking, sharing, commenting on my videos. It all goes towards making this channel possible, and I appreciate everybody who does. Remember, you are love and beauty incarnate. Have the best month ever. We'll talk to you soon. Patreon's up next.